Row 18, plot 20.
Hey everybody, welcome to Now It's Dark. I'm Jim. Today I'm going to do a movie review for Devil Beneath. It is a 2023 film, hour and 26 minutes. It's from Australia, so there's some hunky Australian boys in this movie. It only has a 3.9 star rating on IMDb, but there are just a few reviews because this is so new. It is 1 hour and 26 minutes, written and directed by Luke Sparke. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. So the main cast is Nick, played by Dan Ewing, and Tristan, played by Tim Pocock, and Anya, Sophie Don, Rebecca, Jessica Green, BJ, it's not what you think, Ben Chisholm, and Kate, played by Emily Joy, and there's a lot of other casts. This is one of the, this is a movie that had like a little bit larger cast. So the story is about two estranged brothers. They come together and discover old family secrets after inheriting their grandfather's property. As their friends start go missing, they fear they are being stalked by a creature lurking in the shadows. This is a horror thriller. This movie wasn't horrible, so I'm going to just put that out there first because I am going to, unfortunately, probably highlight more negatives than I will positives, but I didn't hate this movie, so it's kind of worth a watch, but it's also not. It's got a lot of things going on, and then it becomes like a classic tropey kind of movie. At first, I thought it was going to be a little different, but then it kind of fell into a classical group of friends in a house in the woods being kind of stalked by a creature, and then there's these other elements of the relationships with the three girls, three boys thing going on. I'll get to that in a minute. I want to make this point, too, because IMDb, in their trivia section on this movie, has posted that this movie is an hour and 26 minutes, right? But 86 minutes of this movie had been re-edited and retitled to this movie from a 2016 Australian film called Red Billabong that was from this same writer-director. So that's always weird to me. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if I saw Red Billabong, but it's weird to kind of recycle a movie that was 116 minutes long, take 86 minutes of that movie, and then make a new movie and re-release it. It probably happens more often with low-budget movies than I'm aware of. I know movies get re-released with a new title all the time to try to cash into major studio release movies. Like that I'm familiar with. But yeah, so this was filmed, and it's all about Australia, and it's got Australian casts. So they actually speak very good English. So you don't have to read subtitles or anything with this movie. And you can leave the hate comments down below. That's an inside joke. I know they speak English. It's funny. It's comedy. So at first I thought it wasn't looking very good. The scenes were very dark, and not dark in tone, but like dark in filming. The set scene, like the lighting, didn't seem very good. There is a gratuitous kangaroo mutilation, and then the kangaroo is referred to as just a roo. So the first few minutes, we kind of are exposed to this creature, this monster, in a like an opening scene, which I believe might have been like a flashback. It never really gets explained. And then we go into the credits, and there's, the classic overhead shots of landscape and things. The film then became very crisp, and the lighting was fine. So it was just like a brief part of the movie, and maybe it was a new set of scenes added into Like, having not seen Red Billabong, I don't know what was lifted from that movie. Maybe I will watch it and just kind of be like, oh, yeah, I saw that 86 minutes in The Devil Beneath. So there's a very long, drawn out portion of this film. Like, the first act is the brothers. One wants to sell the land and house that they just inherited, and the other one wants to follow through with their grandfather's wishes. And then we find out little interesting backstory between the two of them, and they're angsty against each other. And then, like, it caught me off guard, because I watch a lot of these very blind. I don't watch the trailers, and I don't read synopsises until either while I'm watching the movie or right after, when I'm, like, compiling my notes. And so, like, when this old Volkswagen rusty old van pulled up to the house, and three pretty attractive women and one guy came out of it, and they were all old friends, and the guy was like, "You weren't gonna not have a party when you have this house right here," and blah blah blah. And I was like, oh man, they just swerved this whole movie into, like, this, it's gonna be relationships. And of course, one of the girls and one of the brothers had a past relationship, so there was that little tension. And then, of course, they did the classic, let's go have, like, a drinking montage party thing. And it's not horrible, it's just, like, it kind of caught me off guard. Like, I thought this movie was going to be, like, the two of them experiencing this creature thing. So after that kind of caught me off guard, the movie does take a little while to get ramped up, but then it kind of goes in, like, two different directions. There is more than one threat. Like, there's the creature that we already know about right from the very beginning of the movie, and it's right on the movie poster. So, like, that's not a secret. But there's other threats as well. There's other lore involved with the creature and the land. There's an extensive, like I said before, I only gave you the main 6 cast there, but there are a bunch of other characters that are integrated into some of the storylines that I'm not even giving you because this is spoiler free. So there is some stuff going on. There is one character that does battle with the creature with boomerangs. So that is spoiler. But that is so fun. That caught me off guard too. I was like, did he just throw a boomerang? And they do the and it catches them. And then I thought that was cool. So yeah, and then there's the classic, the team, the part of the team that are left, they defeat the threats, and then the movie ends. So Devil Beneath, it is, I'm not sure, maybe I missed something why it's called Devil Beneath. Like, I'm not really sure. There was nothing underground and there was nothing devilish, so I think the title is just catchy, and that's why it is. They could have probably thought a little harder. The other movie that 86 minutes of this was taken from was called Red Billabong. I think that has kind of a catchy name, so I'm not sure. So the creature itself, since it's, this is not spoilerish, it's right on the cover of the artwork of the poster. It kind of reminded me like they were trying to kind of almost have like a kaiju-ish monster. So it was kind of like, to me, like Bigfoot size, maybe a little bigger than Bigfoot, but not quite King Kong size, but not fur. So it almost had like the immediate thing I thought of was the Rancor monster in one of the original 3 Star Wars movies where Luke Skywalker has to fight the chained up Rancor monster under Jabba the Hutt's palace. So it kind of looks like that. And the CGI, it's low budget CGI. It's not horrible. And it takes a long time to get to the part of the movie where that's like a main thing. But I mean that's pretty normal too. I wish the first part of the movie had sped up the. I think they made the point about the brothers not having a very close relationship quickly, but they extended it out like almost too long, because they wanted, the one brother wants to sell the property, which created a whole bunch of other characters that get introduced. So yeah, it's worth a look. It's a creature feature, but there's also a lot more going on to it. So if you see this pop up somewhere, give it a look. Let me know in the comments down below if you like boomerangs.
So have your dream. Go on and sing your song. There's nothing wrong with singing out of tune. If people laugh and say your dream can never be, just think of me.